Hi kids, these are my parents. These lovely people made me, right? I'm here to ask you some questions about your relationship, right? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
How long have you been together?
At least 28 years.
Same for you?
Yes.
Describe the story of how you met and fell in love.
Mhm.
Yes. How did you meet?
One day I was going to the airport and hoping to get a ride to go to the airport. Then this young man was coming, driving by, and then there was a young guy standing next to me. Stopped him and asked if he was going to the airport. And he said yes. Then I jumped in. And on my way to the airport, sitting in the vehicle looking, I see this man watching me through the mirror. So in my mind, I keep saying, why are you watching me for? You know? So when I get to the airport now, I dropped out and I went in because I went to pick up my nephew. And they said that the flight was late from Caribou. Then he came in where I was sitting waiting. And he was talking to me. Then he handed me this piece of paper with a number. So I said, what is this number for? So when I left the airport, I threw the paper away. Because I say, I don't know why you give me this number. And I went to work the next day and I was telling a friend about what happened, and she said, I said, girl, I ain't trust. So she said, try it. So I said, Lord, I threw the number. Who could I ask for this number? So there was another girl living in Montparnasse. And I asked, I said, you know, a guy by the name of Lincoln? She said, yes. So I said, I need a number. But she decided she wasn't giving me the number. Because what I understand, she was looking at him then. So a couple of days after, I ended up asking her again and I said to her, I want to get in touch with Lincoln's father. Then she gave me the number. Then I called the number and his father answered the phone. So I said, can I speak to Lincoln, please? He said Lincoln was sleeping. I said, well, he expected me calling.
He was.
Then he come on the phone and he was chatting and stuff. And thereon, like when he go to work in the evening, he would stop by at my workplace to spend a few minutes talking and then left.
She used to hang out by her cousin in Belmont. And each time I pass by, see her, and I say to myself, I really want this woman. I have to have this woman. So one Saturday, I left the airport, come to Grandad's to get a portion of fish. And somehow I came close to where she normally hung out to turn. And while turning, I had one of the guys say, ask me if I was returning to the airport. I said, sure. So he asked me if I could give this lady a ride, not knowing that, you know, actually my dream was going to come true. And that day, yeah? So I said, no problem. She came in and she sat behind and on our way to the airport. So every now and again, I look up in the mirror and we said nothing to each other during that time. But I keep looking up to the mirror and I say, boy, today should be my opportunity. So we drive, get to the airport. Then we learned that the flight she came to meet, was coming to meet was late. So I said, good, that would give me some time, you know, extra time. So I parked the van in the car park and came back when I dropped off. And while going our direction, I saw a guy who was sitting next to her. So I said to myself, well, here, move there. So the same time, well, I didn't say it like that. I said it in my mind, really. And I saw the guy literally move from the chair and got up and rolled. So I said, all right, good. So, come up and we started to talk, and I asked her if she were in any relationship, and she said, kind of, sort of. So I said to her, I said, honestly, if I have a woman like you, at least I want to see about 3 times a week or so. And, we sat there, talk, and so on, and then the flight came, and she had to leave. And then I handed her the number, and about 2 weeks I didn't hear from her. I mean, it's true those days, cell phone wasn't like common like now. So I didn't even have a cell phone. So I gave her the house number, and I said, well, call me, but 2 weeks passed, and I said, wow, not a call, boy. So one day I'm home, and the phone rang, and my dad answered the phone. The next thing I heard he said was, phone for you. And when I came on the phone, she was on the phone, and I said, okay, all right. So things really kicked off from there. So after that, we had a date. I remember the first time we met. After that, phone call. We went to a bar, and that and like a private air-conditioned bar. Sat there and had a couple of drinks, and from there things really started to take shape, Yeah. So I remember one time I had to meet her in St. George. So I came home to do something, and then I called her and said, well, I'm coming down and I'm going to the airport shortly. So I remember I was hustling, come down. I even met in an accident trying to get to her.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're here today after those years, That's been 28 years since that time.
What are the next steps for you two?
Well,
Right.
What are the next steps for you two?
Living happily, enjoying ourselves, going on trips
I see.
and stuff.
Give us a funny story about you and your partner.
One day we went to, well, both of us had vet. We had a funny note.
Something like that.
Yeah. So his brother was going to the country. His brother and his wife was going to the country to get a cow, right, to bring it to Mount Parnassus. So they asked me to go with them for the cow. So he went with his brother and them as well. When they go to Greenville, that day I dressed with a short pants and a top, thing. I was looking really hot. So we went up to Greenville, get the call, come back. And then we weren't even talking then. When we get down to Pompanassas now, his brother and him was doing him talk. Boy, you're making that woman go. You said the woman looking well, I'm giving him talk. But he couldn't take any more. When about 7 o'clock the night, I was getting ready to go where I was leaving. And then he escorted me down. We sat there and talked. And we'll reason out whatever, and then we were back on terms again. Until now.
What do you remember about that part?
Well, in every relationship, sometimes you have a little ups and downs, So I guess that was one of the moments, the ups and downs. But, as I say, the common saying, teeth and tongue does always meet, like that you're saying sometimes.
So I want you guys to fill in the blanks. My partner is
stubborn.
Hey what? My partner is loving, caring, and everything else, but at times, she sometimes could drive you nuts sometimes. And I'm sure most of us sometimes have that kind of, sometimes they knock you a bit, sometimes yeah. But yeah, good, loving, caring, and everything else. I mean, I can ask for more, right? Honestly, I can ask for more. If I ask for more, really, I'm greedy. I'm gonna be, greedy.
Although my partner blank, I still love them.
Stubborn, hard head.
I guess I could say the same thing, right? Yeah, I guess I can say the same thing.
Love is?
Your love is kind, patient.
Yeah. For me, love is everything. When you love, you care, and I often say that love is a emotional something, you know. When you love cover like everything. You trust, you love, you all the things around love. But when you love, you care, you give yourself, you give of yourself and other things, So that's all the way. Caring, loving. To me, love is everything. Covers everything. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this interview.
You're welcome.